I'd like to call the meeting of the Atchison County Board of Commissioners to order. It's 1 p.m. We're meeting on the Zoom platform. Eric, could you say the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Public comment. I don't see anybody in attendance for public comment. I'm assuming everybody's had a chance to review the minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve as written.
Moved by Commissioner Knoll.
I'll second it.
Seconded by. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0.
Aye.
Commissioners' comments and committee reports.
I had a NECAP meeting last week via Zoom, and I have a meeting the 3rd or this next week for Northeast Kansas Area Agency on Aging.
Bill, you got anything?
That's all I have.
I had a project concern last week, and there's a couple cases of COVID down there. They did away with the Saturday bus service because of lack of a bus driver, and they're just watching things and doing what they can do.
Okay, we'll receive and file the EMS report. Unless anybody's had any questions about it. If not, moving right along. I'd like to introduce Maura Chambers, the K-Camp Risk Manager, for her presentation.
Good afternoon. My name is Maura Chambers. I'm the risk manager for K-Camp. And the reason that I asked for some time in today's meeting is because I have processed the county's application for the Risk Management Achievement Award. So this award is something that we basically reimburse a portion of the county's annual contribution. So the activities that we were looking at in this time frame were actually activities in 2019. So some of the things that the county does, besides having a designated risk management coordinator, which in 2019 was Kaylee Vanderweide. I have spoken with Kaylee earlier today, so she is aware of this, even though she's not present at the meeting today. Some of the other criteria are having a risk management committee made up of key representatives of key departments within the county, and also having at least quarterly meetings to discuss risks and how to mitigate them. We also do annual inspections. We look for an updated employee handbook. Let's see, online training through K-Camp, defensive driving training, and then the final one for the Risk Management Achievement Award is backup power and alarms for vaccine storage. So the county received an award. It is $1,725 and some change. And, you know, if I were able to be present in person, I would literally hand over the check, but I'm going to put it in the mail. I sent to Michelle earlier today a copy of the cover letter and also a copy of the requirements, the criteria for the award. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to look at those. If you have not, I'm happy to bring them up on the screen.
I have it in front of me, but if you want to bring it up on the screen, find one.
Okay. So here you can see there's actually 2 levels of this award. The first levels are the criteria that I just went through. Some ways that the county can actually earn more dollars, higher award, is to make sure that You have representatives of at least all of these different segments of the county. So you can see here commission. We also have some city members of K-Camp, and so that's why I have council there, city council. But if just like one of you guys is the commissioner that attends the Northeast area on aging, if you can assign somebody to attend the safety meetings or the risk management meetings, you'll actually get a higher percentage for this criteria. Same thing, I talked to Kaylee a little bit about the inspections of the facilities. Now, I understand that in 2020, you weren't able to do that because of COVID. COVID is messing with a lot of our regular activities. We'll actually figure out a way to waive that criteria, or at least give partial credit for it. So these are all of the primary, the sort of the fundamental criteria that we would like to see our members doing. And then if you were to shoot for the higher award, you can see what the additional criteria are. So more training, specific, governance training for the board, training for supervisors and HR topics. The National Institute for Jail Operations, they offer the Kansas legal-based jail guidelines. Off the top of my head, I don't remember whether Atchison has subscribed to that or not. Doing the self-audit as part of that legal-based jail guidelines, that is just a feature of that program. Up-to-date law enforcement and corrections policies. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the sheriff has subscribed to that program that we have. You can see jail basics training and then some basic cybersecurity protocols. So you would be eligible for a lot higher dollar value reimbursement if you were able to complete some of these other criteria. So I will be getting with Kaylee. I understand that she was elected to replace the 2020 risk management coordinator for the county. So whoever was doing it in the beginning of the year has left the employment of the county. So she will be replacing that individual. So I will get with her and let her know what kind of documentation I need to give you the highest reward possible for the 2020 program here. Do you guys have any questions?
I have one question. I can't see who's Jack, if it's you or me, but anyway, the annual governance training for Board of Commissioners, what does that entail?
It can be, if you have training through K.A.C., you can submit that. It's basically training specific to your duties as a commissioner. So your duties as far as, it could be ethics, it could be, statutes, governance. There are some K.A.C. programs that include, like, for example, it's the Road Scholar program, the Kansas Road Scholar program. That actually includes some training that is, specific to Kansas governance. So, and they're individual courses, but those would satisfy the requirements. Yeah, it's pretty much.
Well, it says annual governance training. Is that for all three, every year, or is that because usually when we have a new commissioner, they go to the new training through K.A.C. Would that qualify?
It doesn't specify, and I appreciate you bringing that up because I should probably clarify that a little bit more. I think ideally it would be for all three, but new commissioners would certainly be eligible. And then if the other two, if there's only one new commissioner at a time, then the other two could attend a different K.A.C. training. And it doesn't have to be K.A.C. There are other types of trainings available. And if you need me to, I can send you information, the sources that I have. So yeah, ideally it would be for everybody annually.
I was just wondering because as a commissioner, that is the part that we could physically do. I mean, we could do that element. You know, most of the employees have been doing a fantastic job of what they've been doing, but that's maybe a niche that us three could possibly do. So
I will send, so when I send to Kaylee, I'm going to send her information for the documentation that I need for the 2020 program year. It may be, you know, now that 2020 is almost over, you may not have time to do training, but you could start in 2021. And, you know, frankly, the Atchison has been applying for this award and its predecessor, which had a little bit different criteria, for several years. I mean, I've been with K-Camp 3.5 years, and every year Atchison has applied for it. So when I send her the documentation I need for the 2020 year, I will also send her ideas for training, governance training, you know, above and beyond the K.A.C. courses that are available.
great.
Jack, did you have a question too?
No, actually, I was just going to comment that it looks like some low-hanging fruit that the commissioners could raise the profile of the award. So we need to appoint a commissioner to be on the safety committee, and we need to try to do some of the training. I think it'd be helpful to us. So I'm just echoing what you're saying.
I didn't hear you very well.
I said, I'm just echoing kind of what you're saying is we have the opportunity to move forward.
Yep. Okay, well, I just wanted to formally present the check because, you know, if I just mailed it, you guys might not know how much effort and work the staff did in 2019 to recoup some of the contribution that you paid to K-Camp. So again, $1,725.83 if we're counting. So congratulations and thank you for participating and thanks for being a good risk for K-Camp.
Thanks for attending, Laura.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, moving right along. Today, the Atchison Health Department issued a new public health order. Wes, could you bring us up to date on what the primary changes are in that?
I can. They issued the new order. Be effective tonight at midnight. It's order 20-13 and it will expire on January 26th at 11:59 p.m. Basically, the mass gathering limit was moved from 45 individuals to 20 individuals at an outdoor event or at any event, unless you're a retail or a restaurant or those types of businesses. Then it dropped from 45 per 1,000 square feet down to 20 per 1,000 square feet. They reworded the mask section of the order to say masks that cover the nose and the mouth. So you must wear a mask in Atchison County that covers your nose and your mouth. And then they also added the executive order reaffirming that the governor's executive order 2052, which was approved on 7/2/2020, that Atchison County adopted that order. And then added exemptions to her order, which include federal, state, and local government, religious gatherings that can social distance, hospitals and medical facilities. We will be sending out the order along with the cover letter that explains what the changes were on my normal email list, which is around 650 email addresses that I send to. Besides that, it'll be posted on the county website, the county social media sites, sent to the local radio and to the Globe.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions, comments? Anybody from the public have any questions or comments? Okay. I don't see anybody, so let's move on to Justin Knoll, Public Works Director.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm come before you today to seek approval on a new Kenworth dump truck. The financing was previously approved last week through GN Bank. And would like to get formal approval on a purchase order that was mailed to you earlier this morning. And it is for a total of $197,078.
Okay. Any questions, commissioners? The chair would entertain a motion to approve a purchase order to MHC Kenworth of Topeka, Kansas for $197,078.
Also move.
Moved by Commissioner Knoll, seconded by Commissioner Poole. Any further discussion? I comment that this is going to be a lease purchase. We're not going to put all the money out at once. It's going to
Correct.
pay off 5 years at a crazy interest rate, like 2.5%.
Yeah.
Low interest rates. Okay, so if there's any more questions, I'll call for a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Anything else, Justin, while you're on?
No, sir, that's all I had for today. Anything for me?
Yeah, can't think of anything.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Old and unfinished business before the board. I have nothing down. Is there anything that needs to be brought up, commissioners? Okay, county councilor updates. Patrick? You have to,
You're muted, Pat.
there you go.
I don't have anything to add today. I will have a report for you next week about the tax sale. I wasn't really intending to be here today, but my other plans fell through, so I will. So I don't have anything to add today.
Okay, we don't.
Didn't you have a question for Pat, Eric, and he'd already left?
Oh, well, I emailed him in the meantime about the nuisance
Okay.
order.
Well, is there something you want me to address now, or you mentioned that you were receiving some calls about it? I can, if you want to talk about the specific situations that we could do that.
It's more of timing and wondering when something's going to be done. It wasn't in addition to the complaint. It was more timing and that type of thing.
Yeah, and I think I need to talk to K.S.A in a little more detail because we're not on the same page about getting on the timeline. So I saw your email, but I haven't responded yet.
Yeah, I just sent it late this morning.
Okay, one thing that we discussed this morning in a workshop, and I didn't actually put it on the agenda, but I think we need to discuss is that our plans are to have a news release that we're going to be closing the courthouse as of Monday, except for by appointment. So if you want to come to the courthouse, you can make an appointment, and then you'll be let in the courthouse. You can't just come to the courthouse without an appointment. So, Wes, did I give all the details of that, or is there more to it?
So we're still talking about all the offices are going to be by appointment only. Courts are still holding court as normal. So people will just need to come to the north doors of the courthouse and state their business. And then there'll still be a screener that screens them before they enter their building. They'll still have to wear a mask while they're in the building. And they'll be escorted to whichever office they have an appointment with or to the courts. And that'll be effective Monday morning.
Okay, so the chair would entertain a motion to approve this news release for the closure we're discussing. Do I have somebody to make a motion?
I so move.
Moved by Commissioner Poole, seconded by Commissioner Knoll.
Yes.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 It's 3-0. Public comment. Any public comment today? Any non-agenda items? Seeing none, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn at 1:20 p.m.
So move.
It's been moved by Commissioner Knoll, seconded by Commissioner Poole. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll see you next week.
You too.